Alright everybody, calm down. Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake is still probably going to happen at some point. And let's be honest, it's the one Resident Evil game that could actually benefit from a remake because the original was so ass.
What? No!
Wait a second. What just happened?
Now, I'd be amazed if there's anybody out there that didn't think they'd remake Resident Evil 4. Stevie Wonder saw this coming. Resident Evil 8 Village, or Village Resident Evil, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is way too similar to Resident Evil 4 for them to not have been also developing a Resident Evil 4 remake. Besides, it's like I've said in other videos, Leon is a way more popular character than Claire, so they're gonna make a Leon game every time. It's fucking science or whatever. Hey dudes and dudettes, I'm Derek with GameSomniac, and today we're going to talk about Capcom's latest venture into the world of survival horror, Resident Evil 4 Remake. So hold on to your butt monkeys, because here we go. Alright, so first I want to start off by saying that Resident Evil 4 is a great game. The hype surrounding the original game was huge, its development led to the creation of Devil May Cry, and it ultimately changed the Resident Evil series for better or for worse, you decide. I feel like there's this weird ideal among fans that lovers of the classic trilogy cannot love or support Resident Evil 4 like it's illegal or something, and that's pretty stupid. I've been playing Resident Evil since I was 8 years old. I played the original trilogy backwards, and I love the classic Resident Evil titles, and I also love Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 was great for me. It was a challenging Resident Evil title, and it really ups the ante with new viral infections to contend with, lots of fun weapons to play with, and it's got a great cast of characters and enemies for Leon to interact with. Others not so much. And now with the reveal of Resident Evil 4 Remake, we've already seen Sadler and Mendez, Ada and Luis are returning, but there's one iconic character that I'm most concerned about that I haven't seen anyone mention. That character being Dr. Salvador. For the unenlightened out there, Dr. Salvador is a Ganado enemy in the original Resident Evil 4 who wears a burlap sack over his head, kinda like Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Part 2, and wields a chainsaw which he uses for the absolute good of humanity. Nah, I'm just kidding, he uses it to give haircuts. His specialty is taking a few inches off the top. Now, he's not a terribly important character, but he is a reoccurring character, showing up in several parts of the game, including Mercenaries mode, after having seemingly been killed by Leon time and time again. To put it into perspective for you, getting rid of Dr. Salvador in the Resident Evil 4 remake would be like not having El Gigante. Now, we've seen from the trailer scenes of Leon happening upon the village, as in the original, with one of the police officers dangling over a fire, but not much else about the recreation of that scene has been revealed. Now, I was also surprised that there wasn't anything teased about Dr. Salvador in the trailer, because it would have been just perfect. You've got the dark, brooding atmosphere of the village that Leon's walking into. You got Ashley running through a dense, dark forest looking just to get away from whatever's been chasing her in the dark. Then all of a sudden, it would have been great for the trailer to just cut to black. We hear the start of a chainsaw, and then Leon recites his old classic line.
Chainsaw.
Alas, we got nothing teasing the chainsaw-wielding maniac, nor his female counterparts, the Bella sisters. Now, do I believe Capcom will do away with these characters? No. As far as Capcom cutting things from the games go, I really think that was a one-and-done thing specifically planned for Resident Evil 3. As I've preached about before, Resident Evil 3 is the red-headed step-zombie of the RE series. They hated the original game and thought of it as nothing more than a quick cash title on the PlayStation before everybody upgraded to the PS2. They left its development in the hands of underdog developers who ended up creating a fucking masterpiece, and when it came time for them to remake it, with the overall fan reception of the original game being less than stellar, decided to cut and change everything because they thought they knew better, when really they didn't know their asses from a hole in the ground. Naturally, this is one of fan favorite Leon Scott Kennedy's games, so it goes without saying they're not going to fuck this up. I'm sure a lot of changes will strictly be cosmetic. Maybe they'll change around some events and enemy introductions like they did with the Resident Evil 2 remake. In fact, we know that they will because the same dev team that was in charge of the Resident Evil 2 remake is also in charge of the Resident Evil 4 remake. So as with everything, there's always a chance Dr. Salvador will be in the game. The question then becomes, how will he be used? Will he be just another enemy in the initial village fight, or will he become a pursuer like Nemesis? Only time will tell. But in the meantime, let me know in the comments section below what you think of the remake so far, and what you'd like to see come out of it. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for even more gaming news and entertainment. I'm Derek with GameSomniac, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!